Beach with Umbrella Summer House Season 10, Episode 7, Review. Diversity, drama, and the same old problems. Let's go ahead and say it loud, because Episode 7 didn't whisper it, it showed it. This house knows how to party, fight, and hook up. But when it comes to black cast members and real inclusion, baby, the energy gets real uncomfortable. Tropical Drink. The episode was messy, but the undertone was loud. On the surface, Episode 7 gave us Ciara and West flirting like nothing ever happened. Kyle and Amanda arguing like it's their full-time job. Carl trying to date again like he just downloaded Emotions yesterday. A messy spin the bottle game because maturity left the house early. But underneath all that, there's a bigger conversation brewing that Bravo, and this house, still hasn't fully figured out. Ciara, the only one carrying the weight. Let's talk about Ciara. Ciara is once again navigating a complicated situationship, being judged for her choices, expected to explain her feelings over and over. Meanwhile, others in the house can hook up freely, make bad decisions, be messy with no real consequences. Right finger, and that's where the issue starts to show. Because the audience and sometimes the cast holds Ciara to a different standard. Speaking head, the real issue: isolation disguised as group dynamics. Here's the uncomfortable truth: Ciara is often the only black woman in the room. Conversations about her relationships get overanalyzed. Her reactions get labeled differently than others. And Episode 7 quietly highlighted something important. Right finger, when you're the only one, everything you do becomes a storyline, while everyone else just gets to exist. Speech balloon house conversations, but not the right ones. The cast had a moment talking about dating on TV and how hard it is. Cool, but where was the conversation about how certain people are treated differently? Why some voices get validated and others get questioned? Why Ciara always seems to be in the hot seat? Exactly. They talked around the issue, not through it. Grimace. The West situation, more than just a situationship. Ciara and West might look like your typical Bravo flirtation, but it hits differently when she's already been burned publicly before. The house watches her closely like they're waiting for her to mess up. There's little emotional protection for her in the group. Right finger, it stops being fun, messy, and starts feeling like we've seen this story before, and she's the only one paying the price. Man standing. Kyle and Amanda can be a mess, freely. Now compare that to Kyle and Amanda. They argue every episode, recycle the same issues, drain the energy of the house. And yet, right finger, nobody questions their place in the house. Right finger, nobody dissects their behavior the same way. Right finger, nobody treats their mess like a character flaw. It's just Kyle being Kyle. Revolving light. Bravo's diversity problem still not fixed. Let's be real, Summer House has tried to become more diverse over the years. But adding one or two black cast members into an already tight, long-standing group, that's not inclusion, that's placement. And Episode 7 showed the lack of cultural understanding, the lack of balanced perspectives, the subtle ways people get othered. Right finger, diversity isn't just about who's in the house. It's about how they're treated once they get there. Nail care. The real tea. This episode wasn't just about flirting, dating, party drama. It was about something deeper. Right finger, who gets grace? Right finger, who gets judged? Right finger, who gets to be messy without consequences? And right now, that balance still feels off. Memo. Final thoughts. Episode 7 was entertaining, sure. But it also exposed a pattern of uneven treatment, a lack of real conversations, and a missed opportunity for growth. Ciara continues to carry more than just her storyline. She's carrying the weight of representation in a house that still doesn't fully meet her halfway.